That which is measured can be improved. If you don't track your habit, you won't be able to know where to make improvements, and you'll probably start backsliding. But it can be tricky to track your habits. Do you have to track how many times you did your habit every day? Do you have to measure the time between cravings? There are a million things you could track. So what should you track so you aren't spending half your day logging the things you do? So my advice when it comes to tracking is to keep it simple. Set a series of goals and use just a yes or no for each one. When breaking a bad habit, you have two types of goals: breaking the bad habit and forming a new one in its place. The habit breaking goals might be something like no nail biting in the morning, no nail biting in the afternoon, no nail biting in the evening, and then track it with a simple yes or no. Or you can just go with no nail biting all day, and then track that with a simple yes or no. The habit forming goal might be putting on the nail polish that tastes bad every morning, so I'm more aware of biting my nails when I do it. And also, whenever I realize I'm biting my nails, snap the rubber band on my wrist. Each time you succeed counts as one check mark for the day. It's either a yes or a no. When it comes to forming a new habit, you don't get extra points on a day when you go beyond your goal. For example, if you put the nail polish on in the morning but do it again at night, you still only get one check mark that you remember to do it for the day. And if you remember to snap the rubber band only once in a day, you still get a check mark. And there's a good reason for this. You don't get extra credit because if you get lots of check marks one day, but only one the next, it feels like your progress is stalled. Since you're trying to condition a long-term habit, a long-term lifestyle change, a small improvement over the day before is enough, or a small improvement over the month before is enough. It encourages you to continue for the next day and shows that you're doing something right. If you miss one day, then it's easy to analyze what happened. But figuring out the difference between a day where you got 10 check marks and only 3 is much more complicated and it's unnecessary. So make it easy on yourself and stick to a yes or no answer. If you want to scale up and do more, you can just set higher goals incrementally. The first goal might be, I want to go to the gym once per day for 30 minutes. So you have a set of days where you check that off your list. And then you might want to raise the bar to, I want to go to the gym 2 times per day for 30 minutes each. And then still, in either case, it's still a yes or no answer when you record it in your log for the day. So don't record 35 minutes Monday, 2 hours Tuesday, 10 minutes Wednesday, I missed Thursday, 20 minutes Friday. Just record yes Monday, yes Tuesday, no Wednesday, no Thursday, no Friday. The goal is to foster a long-term habit and not to encourage explosive bursts of energy that might come and go. The metric you use to track your habits is different for each habit, of course. So here are a few metrics you can use to track your new habit or your new bad habit. Could be number of times. For example, I want to perform the habit 2 times per day, and that would be tracked with a yes or a no. The total amount of time. If you run for 10 minutes per day, you track that with a yes or no. It could be a distance. For example, I want to run 2 kilometers per day, and you would track that with a yes or no. Could be an amount. For example, I want to write 4,000 words per day. Could be the focus quality or the concentration quality. So for example, was I 100% focused during this 10-minute time period? And you would track that with a yes or no. The best method to implement any new habit is the PARR method to tracking habits, established by Martin Grunberg, author of The Habit Factor. Though the cue routine reward model is effective to analyze habits, it doesn't include critical steps to implement a new habit, analyze how automatic it has become, and tweak your plan. PARR is simple. It stands for Plan, Act, Record, Review. Plan means that you plan for the new habit. Use a procedure design to schedule your new habit, preferably attaching it to an old established habit. So for example, the plan might be when I come home from work, I will immediately sit down at the piano and practice my scales for 15 minutes. Next is the act. So you do the habit when it was planned. Next is to record the habit. Make a note of how easy it was to perform your habit. Did you remember to perform it when you were supposed to? You record that with a yes or no. And you might also want to record what went through your head when you did it. Did you enjoy it? Or was it a grind? Remember, it's hard to perfect a new habit. Forgive yourself for slip-ups. Just stick with your new habit, and any new habit will become easy soon enough. The last step is to review. Set up a time for review at the end of the day. Review what you've recorded over the last few weeks and see what you can improve and what you can change about your current habits. How can you make it easier to follow through on your habit? This is also a useful time to review material to remind yourself of useful techniques. You can reference this course, for example, or read stories about how other people establish their habits. If you're learning piano, reading the autobiography of a professional piano player would be helpful. So that's really all there is to the PARR method. Just use it. It's very simple, and I'm sure it will be helpful to you.